Kansas City Chiefs. The winner of this one will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 54. And away we go on EA Sports.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Good set. 19. 50's the mark. Here we go. Check 30. 24 down. He's coming.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throw left side complete to QT. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
We're set. 19. All day, baby, all day. A little flare.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And it's 3rd down. 19.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Buying time to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Yellow. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson, and they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 16-yard line.
Check.
Watson, off play action. Dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown, and the Texans have taken the early lead. So a very good start, but don't go get those Super Bowl T-shirts left. Still the early going here.
I wonder if they're even printing them at this stage of the game, right? Do you wait a little longer before you say which one you're going to do? Good advice, Brandon. Make sure you know there's a lot of game left, but a good start.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now this time Mahomes will throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
They're going deep for Hill. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson flushed out right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here's Watson. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Check 50.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 41, Watson being chased out left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. Touchdown, Houston. Matt Breida, 52 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big playability. They can strike from anywhere.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right?
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mahomes now to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, 37 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. After the sack on 1st down, Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Here's Mahomes to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And this one will be brought back to the 22. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Forced out to his left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now here's Mahomes, able to get away. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. On the return is Peterson. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here we go.
Throwing again is Watson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
On 3rd down, Watson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And now here comes Kansas City. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. Nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called a desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Flush to his right. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The Chiefs on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on 1st down.
Tight right. Move forward.
Out of the gun, Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Watson's pass intercepted. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. He's coming. We got enough time.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Check nickel.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's get it. 2nd and 10. 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 2nd and Watch the blue lady. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 37. Check 37.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Now it's Peterson. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start on the ground with Breida. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Mike 7. Watch the cross.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Set. 19. Right here, right here.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, here's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Shoot! Hey, 57, 57.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
57 colors, 57 colors. Watch it. Under 10, under 10. 15. Shoot.
And And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's now 3rd and 5.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. This is fielded at the 27. Look at this spin.
Balance.
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Breida. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Chiefs' 36-yard line.
Motion. No.
1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check, go get him. You go tight. You got tight right there. Check the backer. Hey, get him. You got him.
Now a give running left is Breida. 31 yards there and a first down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But it used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Kiki QT, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans continue to pour it on. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Is good. Makes the score Texans 31, Chiefs nothing. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over.